Good morning, children. Unlike other languages, mathematics is also a language. But in other languages, we use letters, words, sentences, paras, passages, etc. But in mathematics or in mathematical language, we use signs, symbols, etc. Okay? Therefore, children, maths is also a language like other languages. Right? With this thought, let us begin today's session. In today's session, we are going to see what are perfect square numbers and their square roots. Okay? Let us start the session. Okay, fine. Good morning, children. So far, we have studied about the different types of numbers like natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, and real numbers, etc. Is it not? But today, children, let us learn about perfect square numbers and their square roots. Okay? To begin with, let me start about the perfect square number. Okay? See here, children, if we consider the natural numbers, they start from 1 to infinity. Okay? But all numbers are different. Okay? Let us see how are they different from each other. Okay? See here, 1 is a number, right? And even 4 is a number, 9 is a number, and 16 is a number. What is their speciality? Let us know what is the speciality of these numbers. Okay? Dear children, there are so many natural numbers, or so many integers, or so many whole numbers. But all of them are not perfect square numbers, and all of them are not perfect cube numbers. Only selected numbers are taken as perfect square numbers and perfect cube numbers. Okay? But first, let us look about or study about the perfect square numbers, and then we will study about perfect cube numbers. Okay? See here, 1, 4, 9, 16. These are also integers or natural numbers, and 12, 8, 91. These are also natural numbers or integers. Okay? But where is the difference? Right? Where is the difference? The difference is that these numbers can be written as the product of two equal integral numbers or integral factors. But these numbers cannot be written as the product of two equal integral numbers or equal integral factors. That is why, children, these numbers are called perfect square numbers and these numbers are called non-perfect square numbers. Okay? Let us go to the definition. Okay? What do we mean by a perfect square number? Okay? It is a number which is expressed or written as the product of two equal integral numbers. Means two equal integers. Okay? Equal integers are called integral numbers. Okay? Or it is a number which is expressed or written as the product of two equal integral factors. See here, integral numbers and integral factors, both are same. Okay? Let us take 1. 1 is a perfect square. Do you know why? Because we can write 1 as the product of two equal integral numbers. Which are those two equal integral numbers? 1 and 1. Okay? If you multiply 1 into 1, you get 1 as product. Therefore, this can be expressed as the product of two equal integral numbers or integral factors. Okay. See here children, here plus 1 into plus 1, plus into plus is equal to plus, and 1 into 1 is equal to 1. Therefore 1 is equal to plus 1 into plus 1. Okay. Similarly, the 1 is also equal to product of two equal negative integers. Okay. That is minus 1 into minus 1. Here minus 1 and minus 1 are two numbers, both are equal. Okay. And if you multiply minus into minus, it becomes plus. 1 into 1 becomes 1. Therefore, plus 1 into plus 1 is also 1, and minus 1 into minus 1 is also 1. Okay. Therefore, 1 is called a perfect square number, as it can be written or expressed as the product of two equal integral factors or numbers. They are plus 1 into plus 1 or minus 1 into minus 1. Okay. Second example, 4. 4 is a perfect square number. Do you know why? 4 is the product. Product of what? Product of plus 2 into plus 2. Okay. Here 2 and 2 are two equal integers or two equal integral numbers or two equal integral factors. Okay. Here first we should multiply the sign. Plus into plus is plus, and 2 2s are 4. Therefore 4 is equal to plus 2 into plus 2. Here plus 2 and plus 2 are two equal integral numbers. Okay. Similarly, 4 is also equal to minus 2 into minus 2. What are minus 2 and minus 2? These are two equal integral numbers or integral factors. Okay. If you write 4 as is equal to minus 2 into minus 2, is the product equal to 4? Yes. Minus into minus is plus, and 2 2s are 4. Thus 4 is equal to minus 2 into minus 2. So children, 4 is a perfect square number because it can be written as the product of two equal factors. Those two equal factors can be plus 2 and plus 2 also, or minus 2 and minus 2 also. Okay. Product of minus 2 into minus 2 is also plus 4, and product of plus 2 into plus 2 is also plus 4. Okay. Now let us take 9. 9 is a perfect square number because 9 is equal to plus 3 into plus 3. Are these two equal factors? Yes. If you multiply these two, will I get 9 as product? Yes. Right? Here plus into plus is plus, and 3 3s are 9. Therefore 9 is expressed as the product of two equal integral factors. Okay. Similarly children, 9 is also equal to minus 3 into minus 3. What are minus 3 and minus 3? These are two equal factors or equal integral numbers. If we multiply these two, I will get 9 as product. Which 9? Plus 9. How? Minus into minus is plus. 3 3s are 9. Therefore 9 is equal to plus 3 into plus 3 also, and 9 is equal to minus 3 into minus 3 also. Therefore 9 can be expressed as the product of two equal integral factors. That is why 9 is a perfect square number. Okay. Now you see children, 16. 16 is also a perfect square number because 16 is equal to the product of two equal integral factors. What are those? Plus 4 and plus 4. And here 16 is also equal to minus 4 into minus 4. Okay. Because here plus into plus is plus, 4 4s are 16. Thus plus 16 is the product. Right. Here minus into minus is plus, 4 4s are 16. Thus you will get plus 16 as the product. Therefore children, here 16 is the product of two equal integral factors. Okay. Then my question is, how many perfect square numbers are there like this? There are infinitely many perfect square numbers. Okay. So children, in general what we conclude is, in general if n is a perfect square number, then n is equal to, it is plus a into plus a, or n is equal to minus a into minus a. Okay. Here for example, if n is equal to 1, then this one is plus 1 into plus 1 or minus 1 into minus 1. Okay. If n is equal to 4 is a perfect square number, then that 4 is equal to plus 2 into plus 2 or minus 2 into minus 2. If 9 is a perfect square, then it is 9 equal to plus 3 into plus 3 or minus 3 into minus 3. So children, if n is a perfect square number, okay, if n is a perfect square number, then n is equal to what? If n is a perfect square number, then n is equal to plus a into plus a or minus a into minus a. This is what we conclude about the perfect square numbers. Is it clear? Ultimately, we can conclude if n is a perfect square number, then n can be equal to the product of plus a into plus a, where a and a are two equal integral factors. Okay, and n is also equal to minus a into minus a, where minus a and minus a are two equal integral factors. Okay, this is what we can decide about the perfect square numbers. Okay. Now children, let us come to non-perfect square numbers. Okay. Here 12 is a number and 12 is equal to the product of two factors or two integral numbers. What are those? 3 and 4. But are they equal numbers? No, they are different numbers. But here 12 is the product of 3 and 4, but 3 and 4 are not equal integers or equal integral numbers. That is why 12 is the product of two unequal integral numbers. That is why 12 is not a perfect square, it is non-perfect square. Okay, and the same 12 can also be 4 into 3, 3 into 4 or 4 into 3, both are same. Here two numbers are there, but the two numbers are not equal. That's why 12 is equal to the product of two unequal factors. That is why children, 12 is a non-perfect square. Even 12 can also be written as the product of 6 and 2, or 12 is equal to the product of 2 and 6. But how many factors are there? 2 factors. How many factors are there? 2 factors. But are they equal factors? No. Here 6 and 2 are two unequal factors and 12 is the product of two unequal factors. That is why 12 is a non-perfect square. Look at one more example, 8. 8 is the product of 4 and 2 or 8 is the product of 2 and 4. Here also there are two factors or here also there are two factors. Okay, but are they equal integral factors or equal integral numbers? No, these are unequal integral numbers. That is why 8 is the product of two unequal integral factors. Therefore 8 is a non-perfect square. Similarly, let me take one more example, 91. 91 is the product of 13 and 7 or 91 is the product of 7 and 13. Okay, 7 13s are 91 and 13 7s are 91. That is true. But 91 is the product of two unequal integral factors or unequal integral numbers. Integral numbers means they are integers, right? So children, here 91 is a non-perfect square number, right? Therefore children, if n is a non-perfect square number, then n is not equal to plus a into plus a or minus a into minus a is one fact. And how can you define a non-perfect square? It is a number that cannot be written or expressed or factorized as the product of two equal factors or two equal integral numbers. Okay, this is the definition of non-perfect square numbers. Okay. Okay children, so far we studied about perfect square numbers, and now let us study about their square roots. See here children, perfect square numbers will have square roots. Okay, and see here, this is the symbol of square root. Okay, here can you see this? This is root, and here the number 2 indicates square and we read it as square root. Okay, and that is also written as simply root mark. If here there is no number, you should understand that there is a number called 2. Okay, and most of the time we will not mention this 2, we simply write it as this mark. Okay, this is the mark of square root. If there is no number here, you should think that there is 2. Okay, but most of the times we will not mention this 2, we simply write this square root mark as this. Okay, you can read it as root, or you can read it as square root, or you may write 2, or you may not write 2. Okay, you need not necessarily write this 2 here. Here 2 is called order of the root. Okay, here the order is 2 and that is not written here. Okay, but if other than 2 any numbers are there, and those numbers are compulsory mentioned. Right, now let us learn about the square roots. See here children, only perfect square numbers will have square roots, right? Is 64 a perfect square number? Yes, because it is equal to plus 8 into plus 8. Okay, 64 is the product of two equal integral factors, which are those plus 8 and plus 8. That is why 64 is a perfect square number. Is it clear? Okay. See here children, 64 is equal to plus 8 into plus 8 is also written as 64 is equal to plus 8 square. Do you know why? Here 8 into 8 becomes 8 square. You know, x into x is x square. Like that, plus 8 into plus 8 is equal to 8 square. Therefore, 64 is equal to plus into plus 8 you can write, or you can write 64 is equal to plus 8 square. Both are same. Right? Since 64 is expressed as the product of two equal integral factors, I call 64 is a perfect square. Will you agree? Huh? So, my question is, to get this 64 as the product, which number is multiplied twice? Huh? To get this 64 as the product, which number is multiplied 2 times? Right? And that number is called the square root of this perfect square. Here, to get this 64, the number multiplied twice is plus 8. Okay, so this plus 8 is called square root of 64. Right, here 64 is a perfect square, and to get this 64 as product, which number or which number is multiplied 2 times, that number is called the square root. Here children, the square root of 64 is plus 8, because by multiplying plus 8 2 times, I get 64, which is a perfect square number. Okay. So, what is square root then? It is a number which is multiplied 2 times to get a perfect square. Okay. Therefore, in statement form, we write it as the square root of 64 is plus 8. But symbolically, the square root of 64 is equal to 8 is written like this. Okay, see here, square, and this is root of 64 is equal to plus 8. Okay, but this 2 is need not necessarily be mentioned. Therefore, you can also write it as square root of 64 is equal to plus 8. Okay, but you know children, 64 is equal to 8 square. Therefore, here instead of 64, if you put 8 square, it becomes square root of 8 square is equal to plus 8. Okay, both are same. Square root of 64 is equal to plus 8, or this square root of 8 square is also equal to plus 8. Got my point? Now you see here, 64 is also written as a product of two equal integral factors, which are those minus 8 and minus 8. If you multiply minus 8 and minus 8, also will get 64, no? Therefore, 64 is a perfect square. How? Minus into minus is plus, 8 into 8 is 64, and you are getting plus 64 as the product. Therefore, minus 8 into minus 8 is equal to 64. Here, minus 8 and minus 8 are two equal integral factors. You can express 64 as the product of two equal integral factors. 64 is a perfect square. Okay. Now, how to find the square root of 64? Here, to get the 64 as a product, which number is multiplied 2 times? Minus 8 is multiplied 2 times. That is why this minus 8 is called the square root of 64. Okay? To get 64, which number is multiplied 2 times? Minus 8 is multiplied 2 times. That is why we call minus 8 as the square root of 64. Therefore, we write it as the square root of 64 is minus 8. In statement form, can we write it in the symbolical form? See here. Therefore, 2 means square. This means root. Square root of 64 is equal to minus 8. Okay? But this 2 is omitted. It need not necessarily be mentioned. That is why I can simply write root of 64. It is also read as square root of 64 is equal to minus 8. But see here children, 64 is equal to minus 8 square. Therefore, instead of 64, I can write here what? Square root of minus 8 square. See here, square root of 64, I can write it as square root of minus 8 square. Therefore, square root of 64 is equal to minus 8 or square root of minus 8 square is equal to minus 8. Right? Therefore, children, here we see square root of 64 is equal to plus 8 and here we see square root of 64 is equal to minus 8. Therefore, from this and this we conclude that square root of 64 is equal to plus or minus 8. It can be plus 8 also, it can be minus 8 also. It means to get 64, we can multiply plus 8 into plus 8 or minus 8 into minus 8. Okay. Now, I hope you have understood the meaning of square root. Let me take one more example, children, here. 225 is equal to plus 15 into plus 15. Therefore, it is equal to the product of two equal integral numbers. That is why 225 is a perfect square. Right? But plus 15 into plus 15 can be written as plus 15 square. Okay? So, children, here 225 is a perfect square. Okay? My question is, to get this 225, which number is multiplied twice? 15 is multiplied 2 times to get the product 225. That is why this plus 15 is called the square root of 225. In statement form, I will write the square root of 225 is plus 15. It means this plus 15 is multiplied 2 times to get this 225, which is a perfect square. Therefore, children, symbolically I will write it like this. Okay, square root of 225 is equal to what? Square root of 225. This 2 I omit. Okay, so I may write it or I may not. Both will be same, right? So square root of this 225 is equal to plus 15. Okay, but you know that plus 15 square is equal to 225. Therefore, instead of 225, I write plus 15 square here. So root of 225 is equal to plus 15 is same as square root of 15 square is equal to plus 15. Both are same, right? Okay. Now, children, 225 is equal to minus 15 into minus 15 also, because minus into minus is plus. 15 15s are 225. Therefore, 225 is equal to the product of two equal integral factors here. That is why 225 is a perfect square. But minus 15 into minus 15 is written as minus 15 square. Therefore, 225 is also equal to minus 15 square. 225 is equal to minus 15 into minus 15 or 225 is equal to minus 15 square. Both are same. Therefore, 225 is a perfect square because it can be expressed as the product of two equal integral factors. Okay. But to get 225, which number is multiplied twice here? Minus 15 is multiplied twice, means 2 times. That is why minus 15 is called the square root of 225. So, in statement form, I write the square root of 225 is minus 15. Okay. Therefore, children, here I can write square root of 225 is equal to minus 15. Or I can omit it. Therefore, it is simply written as root 225 is equal to minus 15. But see here children, here square root of 225 is plus 15 and here square root of 225 is minus 15. So, from this and this we can conclude that the square root of 225 is equal to plus or minus 15. It means plus 15 into plus 15 also gives 225 and minus 15 into minus 15 also gives 225. Okay children, this is all about the perfect square numbers and their square roots. Okay. What is a square root? Square root is a number when multiplied 2 times it gives a perfect square number. Or to get the perfect square number, which number is 2 times multiplied, that number is called the square root of the given number. Okay. So children, here we can conclude that any number which is written as the product of 2 equal integral factors is a perfect square, and to get a perfect square, which number is multiplied 2 times and that number is called the square root of the given number. Okay.